everybody. How y'all doing? And welcome to Coffee Conversations with Sandy and Friends. Listen, we're here on a Sunday afternoon. Y'all see that beautiful lady sitting beside me, right? All righty. Well, listen, I want to give you time. Hi, Nadia. How you doing?
Hey, Miss Sandy, I'm doing great.
Good. We're going to have a great conversation. You got a lot of exciting things happening and going on that we want to know about. So we're here on the Sunday afternoon. Listen, guys, y'all are coming in. I want you to share it out with your community, share it out with your friends. And I always say you are leaders of leaders. You have tribes, and especially if you're entrepreneurs, you've got business entrepreneurs that are inside of your tribe. You do not want to miss this conversation. This lady who I'll be talking with is an expert in entrepreneurship, and I believe she's definitely, as they say, blazed the trail. And she will definitely have some great information to share with us. Plus, she's got some upcoming events that and projects and things that she would like to invite you to be a part of. So we're going to do our intro one more time so that everyone can kind of see Coffee Conversations with Sandy has started. And then we'll have the amazing, yes, Nadia Francois. We know her as a serial entrepreneur, lots of business. She got so many businesses and running so many hats. Listen, we can't keep up, but she's an amazing person. She actually is my coach as well. And so I'm super excited. I've made some increase in visibility and all of that because of my coaching and the coaching tips that she has provided to me. So I'm super excited to sit and have a chance to talk with her on this evening. So listen out. I want you guys to go ahead and share it out. We're going to share it and then come back and we'll be talking with the phenomenal, yes, Nadia Francois. And so stay with us. Okay, guys? All right. Hello and welcome to a Sunday afternoon coffee conversation with Sandy and Friends. I am Sandy Sanders. I am your host and creator of Coffee Conversations with Sandy and Friends, as well as our platform Book Talks with Sandy. Today, we are actually going to be having a conversation with an entrepreneur that I'd like to introduce to you all, those that don't know her. But our platform, it is an award-winning talking segment and conversation that is aimed to empower you, to inspire you, and also for us to hold each other accountable, especially if we're looking for areas to grow and improve. We want to have that accountability partner. And so what do I say? Listen, you guys, I want you to join us. And yes, let's be accountable to one another. Well, this afternoon, we have the amazing Nadia Francois, and who is with us on today. Who is this amazing lady? But Nadia, come on and say hi to us.
Hello, everyone. Hey, Miss Sandy, thank you for having me today.
Absolutely. I feel very honored to have you on the platform by yourself. This is unusual. We usually have, and we're talking about books, and you are an international #1 bestseller. And also a visionary author as well, and a #1 bestseller in that also. But I want our audience to know who you are. Who is Nadia Francois? She, again, as I said, she is a serial entrepreneur. She's a consultant and a mentor. Nadia Lindsay Francois is a serial entrepreneur with a heart for people, a hairstylist by trade, and she holds current license in cosmetology and barbering, and a BS in business administration, a Baton Rouge, Louisiana native, and she began her entrepreneur journey at the age of 19 and has used her experience, you all, and knowledge to help other business owners start and grow their ventures. Nadia continues to thrive. She thrives and help expand her beauty endeavors. She has a business that is called Harris Hair Care Systems and Harris Beauty Lounge, online beauty supply boutique, which she describes as her passion. Yes, and if you've seen it right lately, there's some things we're going to talk about with the hair, because people may not always remember what you said, but they will always remember how you made them feel. Nadia, oh my goodness. So today, you all, we are going to be talking about, yes, she is a boss lady for sure. And as we kind of said, yeah, we're some boss ladies, and she's helping me to really identify the boss lane for me as my coach, to help us with our platform of coffee conversations and book talks with Sandy. So we're going to be talking about marketing, branding, and networking. And Nadia, we'll go ahead and let's go ahead and talk about your passion of hair. So where did all of that begin, with, little girls? We all like, especially if we had sisters, we were always playing in our sisters' hair. Where did the love for hair come?
So the love for hair came. I didn't have any sisters. I'm an only child.
Yeah.
So I did not have anyone's hair to play in, but I feel like being a hairstylist was built in me. It was a part of my DNA because
Hmm.
so many of my family members, whether professionally or just, as a hobby, did hair, braided hair. Even my
Yeah.
grandmother was a hairstylist back in the days. And so I just feel like that is something that is my gift.
Hmm.
Ironically enough, I did not start my career as a hairstylist. I actually started in the medical field. And when I began to have children, it changed my perspective of how I wanted to live and, raise my boys.
Right.
And so I quickly switched over to my passion as opposed to my choice career. And
Hmm.
so, in doing so, I learned so much, of course, but even just the power of God, right?
Yeah.
Because we have our aspirations and goals that we make for ourselves, and like, I'm going for it, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and then life is like, oh no, you doing this. And
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
that's kind of how I feel like I got into the beauty industry. Of course, from about 14 or 15, I was doing hair in my mom's kitchen, her coworkers, her hair, my aunts, people like that.
Yeah.
And then, just as a little side hustle while I was in high school or whatever. But like I said, when I graduated, my major was nursing. So it wasn't
Hmm.
anything near hair. But as I became a parent, the freedom, the flexibility, the ability to do the things that are necessary for me to be present,
Yeah.
and then shortly after becoming a single parent, really, it kind of all came together. I was seeing what God was doing. He was
Yeah.
preparing me the whole time.
Yeah. And that's one of the things I love about your journey. I'm older, and I hear your you have been very candid about your journey of being a single mom and raising, how many, you have
Yes.
four boys. And one of the things that I love about your story is you took those boys to church.
Yes.
When you began to put some things in place. Let's talk about that just briefly, and then we can get into that businesswoman that, but there was something that brought all of that together that I think will help a lot of women understand why you are the way that you are, because you've gone through the trial and error, and there's some things that have made you be the expert that you are. So share with us some of that journey, with being a single mom with four Black men. They're now young men, and we need to know that. We're sitting with an amazing Black mother who has four Black men who are a part of society now. And so many women, we need to hear your story. So go ahead.
Yeah, so once I was about 22 years old when I first became a mother. And so, of course, there is no rule book, there is no guidebook, there's
Mhm.
nothing. You just out there, right? And I was about 22 years old. I got married the next year at 23 to their father. And, of course, we stayed together a good while, probably about 8 to 10 years. The last 2 years were the divorce years. So, up and
Mhm.
down. But saying all that to say the marriage ended, and when the marriage ended it was as if they're like we were non-existent to their father, and which it didn't really matter as far as my existence, but as a parent, of course, you want the other parent to be proud. You want them to be in their kids' life. You want them to, contribute financially, or even if it's just emotionally, spirit, whatever they can do, right?
Mhm.
And so a lot of that ended once we broke up and began our divorce journey or whatever. And so a lot of my decisions were made during that time about what to do with my life, what to do with my kids' life. Because as I stated earlier, I was an only child. I didn't know what to do, with all these children, and, especially male children. I'm like, I don't know what to do with them. But I went into deep prayer. As Miss Sandy stated, I'm a hairstylist, so I'm around a lot of women with knowledge, and have gone through things that can give me that back, put it back into me what I needed to be a good mother. And so a lot of my women poured into me during that time in my life
Wow.
and let me know God is where you have to stay, right? In his arms, in his strength, in everything. You have to trust God.
Mhm.
And so, one of my ladies in particular said, "You take care of your children, and God is going to take care of you." Right? Because, of course, when we come across um, divorce and separation and things that break up the family, you're wondering, like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to make it? How am I going to do all this on my income? How am I going to have a babysitter? How am I going to have a life of my own? Well, I quickly found that I didn't have a life of my own anymore, which
No.
was fine. Once
Right.
I really, like I said, I had to take time to realize what was going on,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And just do a reality check. Like, look, life as you've known it is over. Okay, just
Yeah.
keep it
That's good.
going and
And
do it.
yeah.
Put your big girl panties on and let's
Yeah.
do this, right?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the mindset that I took once I realized I was on my own in it. Just me and God. Of course, I
Mhm.
had my family members, my mom, my grandmothers, which were key in raising these boys and keeping them on track. Not so much keeping them on track, but knowing what track for them to be on, right? You
Yes. Yeah.
need your elders. And like I said, and my grandmothers pretty much raised me, because my mom was a nurse and gone to work for several hours, and so they poured a lot into me from birth, right? And so, just having all of that to support me through it, I believe that it was a setup, just for God to be able to do his work and for
Wow.
God to show his face, right?
Mhm.
Because a lot of times we go through life thinking that we do it all on our own, and we don't.
So your path, obviously, it changed, as you said, is that life will not be the same, as it changed,
Yeah.
obviously, through no expectation. Nobody goes into a marriage expecting to divorce,
Right.
but that was part of your journey. And you all, as an entrepreneur, her sons are part of her business. That's the kind of woman that she is. So
Yeah.
that fast forward, your young men are what ages now?
So now my young men are 20, 19, and 16.
That is amazing. I just love it. I love it. I love it. And we're going to get into this because you mentioned about your mother and you mentioned about your grandmother. You just came off of an amazing trip. You just celebrated your birthday. What
Yes.
was one of the birthday presents that you kind of gave to yourself?
So one of the presents I gave to myself was being able to bring my mom to see her mom. So my grandmother is 90 years old, and with COVID, like we had a family trip scheduled earlier during that time.
Uh huh.
But once COVID hit, we were all like, no, we're not going up there,
Yeah.
and spreading it. We're going to see what's going on. So that kind of stretched it out a little bit. But my mom finally agreed to go on up there. And so she and her birthday was Friday. My birthday was the Sunday before. And so
Uh-huh.
she and I went up there to visit my grandma to Los Angeles. I don't know if I said that.
I love it. I want to cry because I saw your post, and even did your mother, your mother's sister, was she there too?
That was my grandmother's sister.
Oh, what?
Hey,
Oh my gosh.
my mother's sister. So my grandma lives with my mother's sister in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Y'all, and then my her sister lives about 30 minutes away. And she came over and we all just had a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Oh my goodness. The Bible says that you celebrate with them that you celebrate, you praise God, and you weep with those that weep, and you celebrate and you're joyful with those that are joyful. And I am tearing up. I'm like, I was excited for you. I get excited when people
Yeah.
are able to accomplish that because to bring all of that together
Yeah.
is such a blessing. It's such a blessing. And in our culture, I'm super, super excited. Well, you all, this lady, as you heard some of her bio, that was only just a small portion of it. You have a hair challenge that is going on now, and it's called Hair Growth Challenge. We'd like to talk about that because this is we're talking about marketing, we're talking about branding. And so you have as being a hair salon owner, dealing with us and our hair, you have this growth challenge. But how important is when a woman's hair is done? You see it, I did mine, y'all. I had listen, I got a fresh cut. I'm feeling great.
Yes.
That's what happens when you get your hair done. We feel amazing.
Yes.
So how important is it for a woman to really feel good about
Well,
her hair?
in the Bible, it says your crown is your glory. And
Yes.
so I strongly believe in that. And I strongly believe in healthy hair care, right? You can do whatever you like with your hair. Like people have come up with some amazing things, extensions and braids and haircuts and
Yes.
relaxers and straighteners, all this great stuff for our hair, but we have to make sure that we take care of what God gave us, right? And so I'm very, very adamant about, even if you want to wear all your extra stuff on your hair, take care of your under hair, because once you get older, the ability to grow your hair gets
Mhm.
difficult, right? As women,
Yeah.
men too, but I'm specifically speaking to the women, right? Because our hormones, we get on medication, we get stressed out. All of those things are factors in hair loss. And
Mhm.
so, not to mention the stress that we put on our hair from the different styles that we get, right? And so, as long as I've been in the hair care industry for over 19 years, and healthy hair care has always been my thing. If you want some hard, stiff stuff, everybody already knows not to come to me for that. It's not gonna
What
happen.
do you call it again? What is it called
Hard,
again?
stiff stuff.
Hard stiff stuff. Okay, so y'all, if you wanted the hard stiff stuff, do not go to her
If
salon.
you
Okay.
want nice, flowy, good, good hair vibes, then you
Yeah.
come to me.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I started I and just to give a little bit about my hair care journey, I've always had great hair, thank God. But as I got older, I was diagnosed with hyperthyroidism and Graves' disease. And that caused my hair to shed so much and
Uh-huh.
break so much
Hmm.
until my hair was about this long up here, like up here in my
Wow.
around my edges. And I'm like, oh no,
Hmm.
this
Hmm.
isn't gonna
Wow.
work. This isn't
Okay.
gonna work. And so, of course, I went through that for probably about 2 years. I lost my hair because I didn't know about the diagnosis, right? But then once
Right.
I found out about the diagnosis, of course, I tried hair care products that were on the market and different things, but I didn't find something that I can use the total package with to
Right.
grow my hair back, make it strong, keep it from being brittle and
Hmm.
things like that. And so I decided, well, ironically, and I keep saying ironically, but I know it was godly.
Yeah.
I had reached out to this company to get my own hair growth drops, right? And so I had then placed the order, gotten all the information.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking about what else I was going to do. And this was actually my 40th birthday. I was in Miami. I will never forget. I was in Miami for my birthday trip. I was in my hotel, and my mentor called me, and I was like, "What is she calling me?"
Hmm.
Because you never expect you calling a mentor, right? You never really
Right. Right.
expect.
Right. That your mentor is calling you. Exactly.
Uh,
Yeah.
and she was like, "I just wanted to know if you were interested in having your own hair care line." And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "You're gonna be tripped out because yesterday I placed an order for my own hair care drops." And she was like, "What?" And so she was like, "But I'm talking about the whole line, everything,
Wow.
the
Wow.
shampoo, the conditioner, everything." And I was like, "Well, let's test it out. I'm down. Listen, if you don't
Yeah.
know me, you will find out I am down for a good business risk, right?" And so I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it." And so she became my number one investor in my hair care
Wow.
line, and
Hmm.
we began that journey in 2020, excuse me, and have been going ever since. And so
Wow.
this year I had been going through marketing courses and different things like that to build a
Hmm.
business, because as many of us know, as business owners, you come to a point in your business where it's like, what's next? What do I need to do to
Yeah.
boost business? What do I need to do to take it to that next level? And so in my research, I was going through a lot of different groups on marketing and funnels and different things like that.
Yeah.
Well, ran across an amazing young lady called Marketing by Monray, and this guy called Lamar Tyler. And so I've been following them for like the last week, the last year, excuse me,
Uh-huh.
getting into their different challenges that they offer in their groups and stuff like that on marketing. And so when I went to Houston a couple of weeks ago, I went to their workshop, and they encouraged challenges to help boost your business and keep
Wow.
it, going forever. Not really, well, I guess forever, but not
Yeah.
having to keep going out and getting an audience. Your audience
Okay.
will be built in to the challenge
Into
groups.
the challenge.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it was
Okay.
like, I was like, oh, I need to figure out something to do for the hair care. And I was like, this is perfect. So coming out of that workshop, I came up with a 90-day hair growth challenge where it's free to enter, and the people that are a part of the challenge have exclusive access to my products. They have discounts to the products.
Hmm.
We'll do hair care tips, hair growth tips, styling tips for protective styles or whatever you may, need. Also, just giving you information on how to maintain healthy
Right.
hair. We also have an ebook that goes along with the challenge. And the only thing that you have to pay for or your products to join the challenge with. And so I made a trial size. Normally our set is 8 ounces. This time
Uh-huh.
I made a, I think it's a 2 ounce or a 4 ounce trial size that'll last for 30 days. So
Mhm.
that you can do the challenge for 30 full days with your product trial kit. And then
That's amazing.
we'll do growth checks and, just get through our hair growth goals.
Wow, I am loving it. I'm trying to, you all, I'm using StreamYard. And normally I used to be able to go behind and share my screen. So I can't find that at this moment. So this is what I need you all to do. I did put up, here is Nadia's website. It's the harrisbeautylounge.com. I
Yes.
need, and it is inside of, I wanted to make sure that they could cut and paste. So it's in our notes, well, like in the thread, in the talking thread.
Mhm.
So this is phenomenal. I'm looking at the website. You all, it's okay while you talk, while we're on, we won't go away, but then save it. This is phenomenal. And from what I can see, you got restoring wholeness inside out. So explain that.
So restoring wholeness inside out is another part of Aries Beauty Lounge, which is our Aries wellness component,
Okay.
where we offer um, CBD products and
Okay.
different wellness products under that
Right.
tab. So
Okay.
that is our
Gotcha.
restoring wholeness, helping with sleep, helping with pain, in
Yeah.
different areas like that.
So you have a whole, you all, that's what it is. It's her beauty lounge. And the beauty lounge, this is what we want you to do. We want you to sign up for the 90-day hair growth challenge. And
Yes,
as you mentioned, it is, you are right on the site that you get exclusive access to the premium products, healthy hair care tips, protective styles, hair care routines, and growth checks. I'm loving it. So the 90 days began when and will end when?
so it starts November 1st. Right now, we are just accepting our people, allowing them to have time to order their trial kits and get them in
Okay.
the mail. And then we will begin the challenge on November 1st.
That makes sense. Okay. All right. So November the 1st is the actual start date, and
Yes,
it will run November, December, and
January
January.
30th. Yes, January
Okay.
31st, we are showing our
Ah,
inches.
doing the reveal. I
Yes.
love it. I love it. I love it. So this is great. You all, if you are really um and you can find, obviously, Nadia, you can find her on all social media platforms, and you'll see, I love some of the shots that I've come across. You're taking pictures of individuals' hair. Your hair is so beautiful, and you're just, you're right, the weaves, the tight stuff, the braids, the whole nine, but you're old school. I'm gonna just say what it is. You just, you're the hair set in gel with the curl, the rollers, aren't
Yes,
you?
I am.
Wow.
Look, nothing like a good old roller set, y'all. Listen.
That's, thank you, because my sister is a barber instructor. She's cosmetology as well, and my mama was, and so yeah, that's serious old school,
Yep.
and uh and I think that is such a blessing. That really truly is, because our young ladies need to know
Yes.
how to roll hair
Yes. And
instead of gluing it down.
yeah, and a lot of things that we felt were old school, as such
Yeah.
as wearing wigs.
Oh yeah.
They
Oh
don't
yeah.
think that that's old school. So it's like, well, if y'all can get into the trend of wearing wigs, let's get you into the trend of
Yeah.
growing your own hair. And then if you decide to wear your wigs, you'll have something good to braid under there and protect. Instead
Yeah.
of ripping out your edges, y'all, this hair around our edges is so hard to grow. So don't rip it out, okay?
Yeah, 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 and that I was. I bought a wig, a couple of I had a couple of wigs, but I couldn't. I
Yeah,
just
I'm not big
I
on
never
wigs
did.
myself. I'll do a
I
little
never did the
bit.
weave or anything like that either. And my hair's been long before,
Yeah.
but I'm just yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, moving right along.
it just depends on, like when I was going through my hair loss, I wore wigs. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you?
It was
Yeah.
just like it was very hard to manage my hair. It
Hmm.
was almost to the point where my hair would not curl. It
Yeah.
wouldn't do anything. And it was just it was a bad it was bad. Like for me as a stylist, as someone that knows about hair, it's like I
Yes.
well your hair.
Yeah. But
But
you take such good care. Your hair looks so healthy.
yeah,
And that's one of the things, one of the results, anyone that I believe that uses your product or even come to your business in Baton Rouge, but you're shipping all over the United States and
yes.
the world. People reach out to you from all over. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Wow, wow, that is so amazing. So we have this hair growth challenge. That is amazing. And alongside of that, you all, we told you she's a serial entrepreneur. So she's able to do it across the board. What on a kickoff, you're starting your kickoff of a visibility tour.
Yeah.
What does you have helped me in that area, and you all uh we I was struggling. I'm also one of her authors in the book, which is our affirmation book, and Nadia became my coach, and we really wanted to provide you all, the audience, with going up to another level, going up, taking it up to another level. But after and meeting with Nadia, and she would meet with us as a group, and then we became individual, clients or customers, or just us being students, more or less. And this lady, I'm telling you all, now, a couple of times I was not put into practice because she is a by the paper, by the book kind of person. And if she and she will tell you, follow the instructions and you're going to get the results. And listen, just do what she tell you.
Just do what I say. Just do what I say.
Yeah, just do it.
Just,
Don't get in your head. You all, I was in my head. So listen, if you are,
yes. Don't try to
if
add
you
your little part in there. Don't try to do none of
exactly,
that.
oh
Just
my
do
goodness, you all,
exactly
we
what
will
I
have
say.
I would have my coaching session with me, and oh Lord, and did you do this, Miss Sandy? And I would be shortcutting it every time. But I tell you, we had our meeting, and I was determined. I did not want to disappoint my coach. And I'm literally not just saying it in front of her, but I can now tell you thank you, because I mean, she's going to check up on you all. So if you are looking for someone to help you increase your visibility in your online business, in your brick and mortar, there I have some fellow classmates. I'm calling us classmates because you're a teacher, that they're in brick and mortars, and she has helped them increase their visibility and financially. And my last project, I'm telling you, I did what she told me to do. I was strategic. Even I was sleepwalking rather, but I did it because I could hear Nadia in my head. And plus, I didn't want, you know what? I didn't want to disappoint you this go round.
Yeah.
I did not. And I don't know if I disappointed, but you as a teacher, you want your students to succeed, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. And so when you catch us not doing what we're supposed to do, you probably okay. But it's either that or you keep bumping into a wall. So it gets to a point that you get tired of
Yeah.
bumping into the wall.
Yeah.
And that was me. And so that was me. And I knew that God had given me this particular assignment and we're talking about the I Have a Story book tour, you all. Nadia helped me take it to the next level. And this last one, I'm telling you, it was such the results, thank you. I wanted to make you proud. I
You
really did.
did. And
I
you always do. You know my thing is I I don't judge people
And she don't, y'all.
by by their actions so much, in our coaching program, because I know what it takes,
Yeah,
right? And I know life. I know life very well.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
so, I just trust that you are making an investment into your business, whether
yeah,
it's through the money, through the time, or whatever it is, for a reason, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
so, therefore, I do want you to succeed. I do want you to see results. But if something comes up, I also don't want you to be hard on yourself, because that is how we tap out sometimes, right?
yeah.
It's
That's
us
right.
in our own mind. It's not anyone else. It's
Right.
us in our own mind. And so,
Hmm.
I kind of give people that grace with
Grace.
that,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
because
You do.
I can tell you do this, do that, as you see, and if you don't do it, it's still not gonna, But then once you take the time, put in the work, you'll see the results, and then you'll see the way that I structure it. You don't
Yeah.
have to keep going back and doing stuff over and over. You
Oh my
just
goodness. That is so true because you lay out a plan of action. You give the steps, the start. I mean, you just it's nothing elaborate, but you all it brings about the results, and that's why we're talking about your kickoff for visibility. You
yes,
also have a talk show, you have podcasts,
yes,
and you're offering opportunities for individuals to come on and share their businesses and their products and services. So let's talk about that, your visibility tour.
yes. So right before I do that, Miss Sandy, I do want to mention, since we were
Okay.
talking about the coaching,
Okay. Yeah.
our room that we host every Monday, y'all.
Yes.
So
Oh my
the
goodness.
Fempreneur Society is my networking group, a complimentary networking group for female entrepreneurs. And we host a clubhouse room every Monday, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. I know it's early, but it is good and it's worth
Yes.
it. If you can sacrifice those 30 to 45 minutes once a week, y'all,
Yep.
it will get you going, and also just bring you back around to the things that matter in your business. And number one is committing your business to God. And so that is also a big part of our results, right, Miss Sandy?
Yes, absolutely. Whenever we align our business with the word of God,
Mhm.
and that's one of the key things is that whenever uh, I see what God's word says is that his desire is that we are to prosper and be in health, even as our soul prospereth.
Yeah.
And so that's an all around from head to toe, in our heart. He wants us to have a good heart about what we are doing, to feel good about it, that we're serving others. It is not always, yes, we want to make the money, and it's not, believe me, we talk about that area too, because you want to know what your worth is. But
Yeah.
the other part is that what are you making, how are you making an impact in that individual's life, in their product, in their services? And so yes, that's what we do. We pray, we have our scripture, and we go in and we basically get our business outlined for the
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
And how that's how we do it. We line it up with the word of God. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 So make sure that if you are not a part of the Fempreneur Society, you join us for free. www.fempreneursociety.org can also be accessed through my website, nadiafrancois.com. So outside of the networking, we also have our TV channel, our digital media company that hosts our magazine,
Mhm.
Power Conversations Magazine, Power Conversations Podcast, and What's Your Superpower TV, which is my TV show. And so I love, love, love female entrepreneurs. Why? Because I am one and I know our struggle, right? And so that is my passion, of giving back to our women, giving back to the community as well. I also have a nonprofit organization. But besides that, the TV platforms and the podcast and The magazine go hand in hand in offering visibility to kingdom entrepreneurs, y'all. We spotlight authors, coaches, community leaders, people in different capacities. The magazine and talk shows are not just for women. However, women is a big part of our target audience. So it is full of women, but men are definitely welcome to the platform. We have been in existence for 2 years now. So the podcast made 2 years in April, and the magazine made 1 year in, I think it was April or May, something like that. And so we've been keeping that going. The magazine is digital and print versions. And so it just gives you a great visibility platform for you to share. You can add all of this stuff to your website. And the interviews, we offer book discussions, we offer single interviews, anything that we can help empower our businesses and empower our people, because sometimes it's not always about business, but we may have a message that we need to get out. So you're very welcome to reach out to me, www.wysptv.com. Or Miss Sandy has it right there, whatsuperpower.com. Look, y'all, I have so many sites, so many ways to access, so you can't miss it. If you Google me or Google what's your superpower TV, any of that, and we'll come up.
Indeed. Yep. Where am I? There I am. But yes, it is a lot, you all. She's the founder of the Sisters of Empowerment Social
Yes,
Organization. That is your nonprofit.
yes,
I'm loving it. You do have, this is our month of recognizing or acknowledging the plight of and disparity of domestic violence, as
yes.
well as the effects of cancer and breast cancer. You're doing some activities this month. Would you like to share about those?
Absolutely. Thank you for bringing that up.
Mhm.
So, with Sisters of Empowerment, we are an organization made up of female members. And what we do is we have a few different platforms that we work from. One being domestic violence, the other is empowering our youth, and then, of course, empowering our women. And so the domestic violence platform starts, we have domestic violence education week
Mhm.
that we take the last week every October, and we put out information, to bring awareness to this epidemic. Like, y'all think COVID is bad at taking lives? Google the statistics for domestic violence. And this is for women and men, y'all. Women are not the only people that are victims. And so I think, in my opinion, when you know better, you can do better.
Yeah.
And so that is why we came up with Domestic Violence Education Week during this month, where we use our social media to educate the public on the signs and symptoms of domestic violence. So, because a lot of times we take for granted, that one of our family members or friends are being abused, or we may not even know it, but some of the signs that are coming across, we notice that, but we may not know exactly, how to
Yeah.
handle it, how to approach them. And a lot of times we, as their loved ones, we run them off and run them to the abuser more because of our scrutiny and our judgment. And we have to stop doing that, because
Yes.
I personally have lost a family member to domestic violence tragically. Right. And so, I'm sure that there are several other people that can attest to the same thing, because this is going on rampant.
Yeah.
Right. And so, please, y'all, connect with me in my organization if you want to be a part. We also do a virtual roundtable on domestic violence, where we have survivors or families of survivors come on and tell their stories. And then on October 29th, we are having an in-person walk in March for domestic violence here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And we would love for any of our local people to join in that. It's a free event. We just want you there to
Yep.
support and, march with us, rally with us. We also are going to do a giveaway to the domestic violence shelter here in Baton Rouge this month. So we have a few events, going along with the education week to continue to bring awareness and support those survivors.
Mhm, mhm. That is so good. I'm pulling that up now. Your website, you all, I'm putting it here. If you have anyone in the Baton Rouge area that can come out and support, what is the day of the walk again?
It's October 29th,
Okay.
10
All right.
a.m. And I don't think I've updated it on the site yet, but I'll get that done as soon as possible so that
Okay.
everyone, but you can register on Eventbrite. Okay. So if you look up totally free
Mhm.
domestic violence march and rally, it's on Eventbrite and you can register for free. Let us know that you'll be there. We'll have some food and refreshments. We're also doing a clothing giveaway there. So it's going to be great for the community.
Yeah, you do. You've got quite a bit going on. It's Domestic Violence Education Week, you all. If you just look for Nadia, pull her up on Facebook, you can find her there. Look, and you will find her flyer of her nonprofit organization along with her and her team. And the flyer, there is a outline, kind of small outline of what she has going on for this very important information that we need to have in our community. So I think this is amazing. Anything else we need to tap on to? I think that's it.
Yes, I do have
Oh, yeah.
one more thing.
Oh, yeah, our telephone number. The telephone number?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm gonna give that after this spiel right here.
Okay. All right.
So
Good.
for the holidays, y'all, listen,
Yes.
the serial entrepreneur is kicking in. For the holidays, if you have a physical product, we are offering the opportunity for you to promote your product within our magazine and on our um, TV platform that I've started up for the Fempreneur Society called the Fempreneur Shopping Network. So, what we will entail is your business, your product can be listed in the gift giving guide that we will release this month in our October issue of Fempreneur magazine. And we are doing Fempreneur magazine, which is our publication that gears towards female entrepreneurs. It is a quarterly production, and we are putting the domestic violence survivors there. We're putting breast cancer survivors there. And then we're going to offer our gift giving guide there as well, along with our other opportunities where we will be posting the gift giving guide with your products on there. And then you have the opportunity to also do a 1 minute commercial about your product and put it on our network, which will go on the Exposure TV network. And so, just some opportunities for us to grow and put our products out there and get a global connection with our brands.
Goodness. She is the shopping network. Good.
Yes, the Fempreneur Shopping Network.
So
And
listen, you heard it first on Coffee Conversations with Sandy. Yes, that the Fempreneur Network CEO has now just announced is that during the holidays there will be a shopping network, the Fempreneur Shopping Network. So if you want to put your business, your services, and gift giving line, reach out to this amazing lady, because if you're listening, maybe listening in a replay, we want you to make sure, because the visibility will be there. And yes, your products will be seen. And as you said, is that this opens up an opportunity for a global reach. You are global. You're reaching across the national waters. And so definitely they'll have that visibility for sure.
yes, and
I'm
so
so
in
excited.
lieu of the tour, we
Yes.
have a text to get your info. So you can text 844 614 1834. Text Eris Tour to this number, and we will make sure that we reach out to you and get you any information you need. This lets us know that you connected with me on the tour, and we will definitely reach out to you and get you whatever information you need. Remember, text Aries Tour to 844-614-1834.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, you all, yes, you just text that number 844-614-1834 and text the words Harris Tour. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yes. And her team, Nadia, if probably it'll be herself and her team, they will be reaching out to you because she is hands on.
I am.
Yeah, very hands on, very hands on. Well, I am so thankful. Thank you for coming on the show. That's what Coffee Conversations is all about. It is to empower us, to inspire us, and also, yes, holding us accountable that when we want to reach others, what we need to do, how we need to come together and collaborate. So, so important. As always, you all, again, I want to thank my today's guest, Miss Lady Nadia Francois. Yes, and you all, don't forget, I want you to go to her website, which there is the 90-day hair growth challenge. As
Yes.
she mentioned, is that most of all, that our hair is our crown, it's our glory. And so this amazing woman has a strategy that will help you help keep your hair healthy and shiny and manageable.
Yes, that's it.
Yes, for sure. And of course, then we have that. Then we have some things that you're doing right now. Let's not forget the holiday. That gem that she just dropped here exclusively on Coffee Conversations, the Fempreneur Network
Shopping network.
Shopping Network, and we
FSN,
want
baby. We got FSN.
is it. And you want to join us tomorrow morning, Lord willing, at 6 o'clock a.m. on Clubhouse. I know y'all got Clubhouse. Come on now.
Come
Yes,
on and listen in.
absolutely. Join us and in our scripture, starting our week out, our scripture, our affirmation, and our prayer, and then finding out some fabulous tips from this great woman who is our leader. And yeah, what can I say? She's just phenomenal. Yes, indeed,
Thank
indeed.
you, Sandy.
Absolutely. As always, I do yield back and allow our guests to have final words before we say good night and good afternoon. Listen, guys, share this out with someone. I need y'all to share this out with at least 5 females that are in your life right now. Okay. If you're even if you're listening to the replay, you've got some time. If they've been having some hair challenges, whatever, I need you to tag at least 5 women, okay? Because I promise you that their results will be phenomenal. They won't be regretful at all, at all. Okay, I'm going to yield back and allow you to just share your heart with us.
So first off, I want to thank you, Miss Sandy, for having me today. And just to bring around our subjects for today, which was branding, marketing, and networking, I gave a lot of those examples just in the things that we spoke of today. For the female business owner that is having issues or just doesn't know about branding and marketing, it is an ongoing thing, right? So your branding, you want to keep all of your promotions, graphics, colors, and all of that in line. You want to keep all of that in alignment and keep pushing your brand, y'all. It don't matter if you get likes, it doesn't matter if you get no likes, right? Keep pushing your brand. Be consistent. Be consistent in all of your promo, be consistent in your customer service, and be consistent in following God's voice. All right. If I don't express anything more dearly today, it is to follow God's voice. Excuse me. Follow God's voice in your business because it will definitely change your life and also work from a plan. Miss Sandy knows that I'm big on lists, I'm big on strategy, and I'm big on plans, writing stuff down. So that is one of the main things as a seasoned entrepreneur that I can tell you that will take your business to the next level, making sure that you go back and check your list, making sure that if you need to tweak something, don't be afraid. It's your business. This is your business. You can do whatever is necessary to make sure that you are taking your business to the levels and the heights that you need it. Now, as far as your marketing, make sure that is a big part of keeping yourself visible, right? That is an ongoing process. That is something that you will have trial and error in. So you don't get discouraged. You just keep going and you try the next best thing. And as far as our networking, you know that great relationships build great businesses. Cultivate those relationships. Make sure that you and the person on the other end are both benefiting from the relationship, and you will see nothing but great results. Thank you, Miss Sandy, for having me.
Let me add, thank you so much. I'm just listening to what she's saying, you all. She is definitely, it's kind of like, oh my goodness, when Nadia talks, you want to have a pen, as she said, list, plan, strategy. You do want to have that. I am Sandy Sanders. Thank you so much for being on our show. It is such an honor to interview you and have a dialogue, have a conversation, and I appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Miss Sandy.
Alrighty. I love her. I love her. And listen, y'all, she's got some fine young men that are doing great things. And so let's applaud her. We salute you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Have
Thank
your sons to pray for our community, if you will.
you. Yes.
Young man, my heart hurts. Young boy was shot just Thursday.
Hmm.
A mother had to make a decision
Wow.
to take him off of life support, and my heart hurts.
Wow.
So keep our community in your prayer. This is very fresh,
Yeah.
and I know you being a mother of young boys.
Girl, it's rough.
It is.
It's like you go when they're younger, you like, I get, I'll put it like the old people say, when they're younger, they're on your head, and when they're older, they're on your heart.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
we just got to keep our boys lifted up, and our girls too. Our
absolutely.
kids are,
Yeah,
this later generation is just has so much to fight, right? So we definitely have to keep them covered. And I will
absolutely.
definitely put your
Yeah.
community in my prayers, because we
Yeah.
have a lot of that going on over here too.
Absolutely. Well, you all, it's been an amazing as always. You guys know that I love you. I'll see you on Tuesday night. We'll have another amazing author interview. But in the meantime, I look forward to hearing you and talking to you on Clubhouse tomorrow morning on the Fempreneur Society. And yes, our affirmations where we will be doing. Come on, tell me, because you know I'll be forgetting every time. What do we do with our affirmations?
Affirm, align, and activate.
Affirm, align, and activate. I'm gonna put mine on a poster card so I can remember. Listen, guys, you know that I love you. Thank you. The ones that are coming in a little bit later, go back and listen to some of the tips that Nadia got that came through. And thank you all for your support. We certainly appreciate all of your support that you give to us. Listen, enjoy the rest of your afternoon, okay?
Bye bye.
All right.